Good day, my name is Alex Tursky. I am the founder of the Post-Platforms Initiative, a new way to build internet. What we are building is Web3 data space. It's a system when we do not allow platforms to hold our data. We expect platforms to extract our data to our pods, personal online data store, a kind of website. And we expect the architecture of future internet when we people have our pods, or we companies have our pods, or we cars or engines of the car have our pods. I'm talking about Internet of Things. So we have our pods, and all platforms and services in the world, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Booking.com, whatever, SAP, they access these pods and read data from it, write data to it, but we have our pods, and these pods have original file information, and we deal only with original file information. So in today's lecture, I would like to explore a little bit how it will affect our working life, how we will find jobs, how we will lose jobs, how we will create jobs, how will it look the future of job market. Well, I expect to see the following. Well, first of all, I expect that the market will belong not to big organizations, but to individuals, either small organizations or private individuals. Indeed, if you recall this famous phenomenon from economics, long tail, Fiat is here and Lamborghini is here. You know that in long tail, the long part of the tail earns more than the head of the tail, big organizations, big companies. And if you talk about the job market, we can imagine big companies, middle-sized companies, small companies, but usually before 50 years ago, we were mostly talking about companies, not about one-man companies. But platforms, this Web 2 technology, for the first time created this long tail. It's weak, but it started to get created. Long tail of individual companies, one-man companies. This phenomenon exists thanks to platforms. Platforms made it easy to find people, and for companies and for those who need some service in accounting, in design, whatever. And also it provides some kind of credibility because people provide feedback, how good is this driver, or he is good, and then I also take the driver. But platforms they also take majority of our money as monopoly. And that's the problem because, in any value chain, the player with monopoly power earns more than other members of the value chain. From one side, platforms really empower this long tail and help a lot of people to earn money, but at the same time, they take majority of our profit. They are platforms, they want to claim, if they want, they may claim 20%, 30% of your earnings. What can you do? They are monopoly. So, what post-platforms can do it? Post-platforms can do several things. First of all, they disempower platforms, because when we think about people, we want to empower them. Well, one way to empower them is to really empower, for example, give them data, and in our case, we really give them their own data. Another way to empower them is to disempower other players along the value chain who have too much power, for example, platforms. So by disempowering platforms, by introducing competition among platforms, we empower people. We make them stronger. Now they have power. Well, I have my skills. Who will sell me first? Please, platforms, compete. So we create a kind of field of flowers, big field of flowers. Every flower is a pod, person with published skills. I can repair a bike, I can make pancakes, I can do whatever. And we introduce a lot of bees who fly over these flowers, picking up this nectar, these skills, and selling it to whoever they can sell. So it's very important that we create a situation that, people, for the first time, they have power over the monopoly of platforms. So it's the second way to help people. And the third way is we provide e-karma. E-karma is not something specific to Web3 data space. I mean, we have credibility rating in any platform. But for the first time, we take your likes, dislikes, your credibility from all platforms in the world, take it from them, and put to your personal pod. Here, you can hide it, or you can calculate with help of specialized platforms your e-karma rating and demonstrate to everybody, look, I am good in repairing bicycles, please buy my bike. And of course, the platforms who want to sell your skills in repairing bicycles, they would prefer to sell first people with highest karma, or at least you will earn more. Well, so with this long tail, post platforms make it bigger because we introduce competition. We add services because platforms in their competition they create something new. For example, they will create something which we call virtual companies. And the third thing that post platforms create e-karma and allow people to sell according to their e-karma. But now let's talk about virtual companies. That's something interesting. What is virtual company? Well, imagine a situation that you have 1,000 people who can make pancakes. Out of the 1,000 people in the normal world, probably only 20 will go to the bank, take a loan, create a business plan, and launch the bakery and do these pancakes. Probably 2 of them will succeed, others will bankrupt. So out of 1,000 people, just fraction of people, mostly men by the way, will earn some money. Others who are just good in pancakes, they will get nothing. Wow, now let's come back to world of post platforms. If you're a person who can make pancakes, you just announce that you can make pancakes. Another person, another 1,000 people will announce that they can ride with their bike locally. And other people say, well, I can sit at home and do anything. Make your packaging, for example. And then platforms will start to compete, how to combine it all together in creative way. And one platform will come with the idea, well, I can sell pancakes locally in the city. I can distribute orders among those people who can make pancakes. I can distribute the delivery order among those people who have bikes. I can distribute the orders to make packaging among those people who can make packages. And then these people will make packages, deliver with bikes, or make pancakes without even thinking who they work for. They just get orders from different platforms and they sell their service. And because platforms are competing, these people are pretty sure that they are not, let's say, abused from the price point of view, because these platforms will try to keep their margin as low as possible. So there is no monopoly. Very convenient. So this virtual companies is something which we expect from the market to react when post platforms will be introduced. Well, what does it mean for companies? For companies, it means that they also will be become quite distributed, because probably Siemens company will find, wow, it's easy for me to extract this department which makes turbines or electric motors or accounting and let them work on the open market through platforms to other markets and clients. So companies may also find it more economically effective to distribute them a little bit and to make it smaller and even down to every person. So we expect that people will be working more as self-employed. Not only self-employed, we will break down the person into skills. A person will announce, I can repair bike, I can make pancakes, I can build ships, I can sit with your children, I can translate, whatever. So people will publish their skills. So I will not search for job as a person. My skills will search for jobs through different platforms, and I'll see which skill works better and which skill can help me to earn more. It's much more flexible than just go to job every day to the office. And so the companies will get distributed or separated to small elements. So that's the world of jobs, of future working as we see it. And let's check it against our famous criteria, FAIR principles: findability, accessibility, interoperability, and reusability. I think we meet all of them. Findability, well, it's easy. Any platform will find all pancakes makers in a fraction of a second. They're all available. By the way, there will be no marketing. Why spend money and efforts on marketing, because it's just waste of your resources, while you can make your pancakes better? So any producer of goods and services will have a choice. Should I invest my scarce resources into better quality of products, which will result in good e-karma, which will result in better sales? Or shall I invest in marketing, which will claim that I can do something? I think the answer is obvious. I could tell more. I think the market in the future will be considered as bribing. Indeed. Why do you want to claim that you're good if you can make just better products and let other people to claim that you're good? If you don't want to do it, you want to claim it yourself, sorry, you're trying to bribe us. Platforms most probably will not sell products which are supported by marketing at all. No need. So marketing is gone, by the way. Well, and still without marketing, it all will be findable. So findability, done. Accessibility, the same. All platforms will have direct access to your data, original data. There will be no middleman in between. If you can make pencils somewhere in China, you start a pencil factory, all you do is you just publish your price of your pencil, your pictures, whatever your description of your product, and next day you see trucks come to your factory and get loaded with pencils. You don't have to sign contracts with AliExpress, Amazon, Bol.com. Why? Thousands of platforms sell your pencils. Well, accessibility is here. Interoperability, it's not a problem at all. Because thanks to linked data inside Web3 data space, all platforms deal with data created by other platforms and understand it thanks to linked data technology. Linked data technology is a big super translator between language of different platforms, so this part is very easy. Reusability, that's also a very interesting principle, and I think we do it even better than reusability, because in our case we don't just reuse data, we reuse data at the source. Imagine your telephone number. Nowadays, with a lot of platforms, your telephone number is multiplied many times. It's copied to hundreds of platforms. In most cases, they have your outdated telephone number. No need to reuse it there. In our case, your telephone number is at your port, and all platforms in the world, they come and use it here. And if you change your number, next second, they use a new telephone number of yours. And that's a reusability, the best reusability you can find, because it's really reuse of the original data. We never allow to use copy data. So all FAIR principles are pretty well addressed. And also I would like to say that this idea of the world where all data is accessible and we all comparing, and it's absolutely flat market without monopoly, without marketing, without all this bullshitting. The only way to sell your goods or services is to make them good and appreciated by people, by the way. It reminds a village. It reminds me of a village where people used to live for thousands of years. Because in the village, everybody knows who you are, everybody understands how good you are. So we know that this guy, he delivers good services, but he talks too much. This girl, she's brilliant in specific way of doing things, but she's not good in explaining it. Well, okay, but people say she's good. And we understand the value of everyone. We understand karma, we call it karma of everyone. And it's quite easy to find suppliers, etc. because in the village we know everything and everybody. So we create a world which is like a big village, where peer-to-peer relations are more important than these big hierarchies created by men. And that's for me it's more women's style of doing things. Women are good in these peer-to-peer networks, not in big men hierarchies. So we may call it feminist way to organize business, in a way. But sorry, I'm not good in feminism, so please forgive me. But I really like this, women's style of approaching things in not structured and flat way. Well, that's the future of the working market as we see it, and it's just the beginning of our understanding of it. But you already got the idea that we really see huge social impacts on this market thanks to Web3 data space. So watch our progress post-Platforms initiative, and we are going to deliver you a lot of surprise in the future. Thank you very much.